Hello, welcome back to the channel. Is an update on the Chaos Damage Flames of Ignaffar build. What I've done is progressed a few quests. I did more in normal than I thought I was going to do. I was really just going to grab the shrines and then go into elite. I've been into elite. I've grabbed a few shrines in elite. Been a bit lazy in normal. I've got 50 out of 55, but the important things are done. I've got that on Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike is an upgraded movement skill. It's from the Glyph of Ashen Wastes. That was a random drop, but I had it, so I thought I would replace the Dreeg faction charge skill, because this one does chaos damage and it does a bunch of stuff, and it hasn't got a restriction on distance travel. So it's kind of like, it's the same sort of thing as the charge skill, same sort of thing as Blitz, where you just rush in and hit stuff. I've changed the skills around a bit. What I did is I took the points out of Deadly Aim. I might put some points in there later, but there were better places to put it. I got Inquisitor up to the 50 points in the mastery because I wanted to get that. If you look at that, that lowers the skill energy cost of Flames of Ignaffar. It puts fumble on it as well, which is a good thing to put on enemies, and the buff to burn damage is really trivial. Electrocute damage I don't care about because I'm not doing that, but that was worth getting. That thing's getting on well. The word of, what's that, word of pain, I took word of renewal out as well. I don't need that. Like I said, there's better places to put the points. Later on I might decide I need a heal skill, but I don't think I will because I've got Blood of Dreeg and I've got a lot of attack damage converted to health. Still putting points into those things. That's maxed out. Just getting close to the hard cap. There are faction shoulders from Malmouth Resistance I'll show you in a minute, and they put points onto possession and onto Flames of Ignaffar. Right, so the devotion stuff, that thing is on my movement skill. That thing I've got on Flames of Ignaffar at the moment, I might change that, doesn't really matter. That is on Word of Pain, that works really well. Word of Pain sort of infects a whole load of them, and then that fires off as well. They pretty much die from that before I even shoot them. And I'm going to put 4 points in this to get up to that attack damage converted to health. There's some good nodes there. That thing is just bound to any permanent toggle skill. That's pretty much it. I haven't changed anything. I was going to change it, but I thought, no, I'll leave it. Right. What I'm going to do here is do these council members and hopefully they'll just get vaporized. And yeah, I am having fun with this build. It's good. Oh yeah, I went back and killed Brother Sigarius a couple more times, so that's an upgrade. That's an upgraded version of that. Still got the Rift Stone on it, and that is an upgraded version. So they're two. That's 14 to 24, and that's yes, that's a slightly higher level than that. That ring, you can buy those rings from Rovers when you get to Honoured, I think that is. +2 to Flames, got some chaos damage, got elemental resistance. It's alright, you could get 2 of them quite easily, but that Gollus ring was so good I kept it. I've still got that thing, that was the thing from the first video. That hasn't been upgraded yet, I can upgrade that. That's the same belt, I could get the next level belt, that's a 35, I could easily get the level 51. That's the same thing, those are the same. I think those boots were an upgrade, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think a little bit of an upgrade. They used the old ones had Chaos Bolt on, those don't. Those are the same gloves as in the first video. And I killed Log and thought, well, I'll wear them. Again, the buffs aren't really that brilliant, but I mean the damage buffs aren't that brilliant, but it's got +3 to Flames of Ignaffar on it. And I'm going to replace that with Malmouth Elite Void Pauldrons or something as soon as I get to, I was level 65. I need to be, because I got a mandate on them. So let's have a, hang on, I'll show you in a sec. Let's just kill these boys off. It's a bit of a, first of all, the mandate on Malmouth Resistance, which means rep with them is this is normal, and I'm halfway between Honoured and Revered. So if you go and have a look at this, if you stick chaos damage in here, they do some void tile, which is nice, and yeah, that's not great. But look at these. Malmouth Void Pauldrons, +2 to Flames of Ignaffar, +2 to Possession, and some decent resistances. And there's an elite version as well, +3 to Flames of Ignaffar, +3 to Possession. So that's almost like that piece of armour is perfect-ish for this build. It's very good for it anyway, if not perfect. Right, now let's see. I reckon this is going to be dead easy. Yeah. That's probably the fastest kill of those in normal that I've done on a build in recent memory. It's pretty good. I do like this.
Have the councilmen? Good. With them gone.
Right, what I'll do is I'll run ahead to the Theoden Marcel fight. I won't bother recording the run there, and then I'll get back to you in a sec. Actually, one thing to mention, I'm using Inquisitor Seal because it's really good for defense. It's this thing here. I'm not bothering putting points into that because that's just buffing damage. I'm not really bothered about buffing damage at the moment, but that you get elemental resistance, you get health regen, and the fire damage on Rebuke. See, it says it's doing fire damage, but I've got gear that converts, I'm sure I've got gear that converts, yeah, so that converts fire damage to chaos damage. So that Inquisitor Seal is actually doing chaos damage, and that chaos damage is going to get buffed by the buffs to chaos damage, which is 1566% buff on that. So it's pretty good. So that Inquisitor Seal will be doing chaos damage. That thing there, that blue thing, it doesn't change colour because the skill itself isn't being converted, but the damage it does is being converted, even though you can't see that. You can't see a visual representation of it. Oh yeah, I got to call out a couple of thanks to some commenters as well from the first video, because what I didn't realise was that third node of Word of Pain, that death sentence node, minus 25% chaos resistance, so that's got a chaos resistance reduction on enemies. So I put 1 point in that. I put a point in that because it's that impaired aim thing's pretty good actually, but that's the only benefit I'm really getting from that. I didn't really want to up that because of the energy cost, but that thing's important. So anything Word of Pain hits, their resistances drop, and that's also got the Eldritch Fire thing on it, so that's got another minus 25% chaos resistance on it as well, plus it does chaos damage. So Word of Pain's pretty powerful. I'll stick Word of Pain on one of these. Watch this now, look. So that's Word of Pain, and Word of Pain kills them on its own. That's all I'm using. Right, so we've got Alostria here. Let's just see. I suspect this will be over very soon. So, Word of Pain, Flames of Ignaffar, get back and actually hit her. There you go. Yeah, I mean that's like she said, that's not possible, but it was. It was pretty possible. Okay, and once again, next stop, Theoden Marcel. Okay, here we go. Theoden Marcel fight. It's my first attempt at this. I reckon I'm going to get him in, well, a record time. My ether resistance is rubbish. I would say normally do not do this. Don't go in here with low ether resistance, but I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you, Theoden. I'm really not. Yeah, whatever you say, mate. Come on. Come on. Right, this is the dodgy one. Yeah. Yeah, whatever, Theoden, keep on talking. See, that was alright. Okay, so that's Ashes of Malmouth done. I've done all the... can't. Okay, whatever. I keep forgetting you can't do that. I would have thought once you've killed him it would let you out, but it doesn't. Right. I might get a decent... No, I won't. I was going to say I might get a decent chaos damage quest reward, but I know I won't. Nah, see... Elemental. Here. Right, got to remember to cache this quest, and I sometimes forget. Great, it's 58. So I've got... These are 65, these things. So you can't get the first one of them until level 65, but I'll come back and get that. Definitely come back and get that. Yeah, this one I had. This is the same. This is the same roster as that thing there, the Eye of Reckoning Templar. That's the one I've used to buy a few XP pots and the mandates and whatever. There's the retaliation damage Witchblade that's kind of on hold for two... Ooh, look at that shield. It's on hold for a bit because I'm just having so much fun with this. Okay. So what else do you need to know? Not a lot. So let's just go over what I've changed. Toggle skills are still the same sort of thing. Occultist skills, I'm trying to max those two out. That is already maxed out. I'll get those maxed out. I don't think I'll bother with anything else in there. I'm not going to bother with Curse of Frailty because unless you've got, I think the Dark Blaze, the full Dark Blaze set adds Chaos Resistance reduction to that. But the other things it does, what does it do? Slows them down, not bothered. Lowers their defensive a bit. Oh, not really, no, not for another active skill. I mean, if you feel in comments that I should be putting points into that, let me know. I'm just not going to bother because I've got that's dropping their chaos resistance, and I've got that thing there. Something was dropping their flat value resistance, but I can't remember what it was. Although I can get Hex's Kiss augments from Coven. Yeah, at the moment this is alright. So that's the gear. I'll stick a Grim Tools in for, let's call it level 58 if I remember. Might be level 59 if I get carried away running around after this. And yeah, so I'll stick a Grim Tools in there. You can see all that gear. You can check out that. And yeah, like I said, I took points out of that. So the only thing I'm putting points into is that and that thing and that thing. It's simplified it a bit while still keeping it strong. Devotions, fairly obvious. I've grabbed Chaos nodes where I can. That's a health thing. That's a damage thing. That's a health thing. That's a attack damage converted to health. And I'm going to get up to that attack damage converted to health. Hopefully that's a decent update on this build and how it's doing at the moment. And I'll catch you all in the next video.